Good morning. Back again with Sam and Dante. There's Sam. Sam, say hi. I want to talk to you about something today that has really been on my mind these past 3 weeks that I've been living in a RV, and that is the importance of sleep quality, not just quantity, because I've talked about sleep quantity in the past and how when I first started this diet, I needed much less sleep initially than I did before. And up until I really started putting a lot of energy into activity from my body that involves this move and sleeping in an RV, has that been disrupted. So it's been interesting to see how changes in my body have occurred as my sleep quality has gone down and my sleep quantity has gone up. Strange as it may seem, I have been waking less rested, even though I've been sleeping more. Because, when I initially commented that my sleep quantity was around 4 to 5 hours of sleep after doing lion diet for a few months, and that I would wake up energized, people were surprised by this, or some people would even comment that that's not healthy for you. Now, that being the case, I decided to try to see if I could get a little bit more sleep. Tried going to sleep a little earlier every day. And the one thing I've noticed since doing that is that I wake up feeling a little less rested than I usually do. But that really went on a much higher scale since beginning this move. And the past 3 weeks of sleeping in an RV really have changed my sleep results. I use my Apple Watch to track my sleep activity. And it's funny that I even do that, because I'm so suspicious of all these big tech companies and what I'm sharing with them. But I can't seem to break the addiction of what they offer me. But we'll talk about that in another video. For now, suffice it to say that almost every day I get this update question from my sleep activity tracking app: is your sleep, your heart rate dip wasn't as good as it has been, and you're not getting as good a sleep as you were. What happened? Because it's trying to figure out what causes these changes in sleep activity. And that has been happening regularly since I've been sleeping in an RV bed, where I left behind a very nice mattress that I have up until the past couple of nights. And I've been sleeping on a much thinner mattress in an RV that who knows how old it is or what kind of support it gives. It just seems to be a cheap RV style mattress. And I've been waking up with more joint pain as a result. And of course, back pain, and I'm not quite as rested as I was. So it's been hard for me to determine what exactly has been the cause of this change. I put a lot of emphasis on the fact that I've been working my body really hard, but because of the sleep activity updates asking me this question all the time about why my sleep wasn't as good as it was in the past, it's led me to really want to talk about the quality of your sleep. And we haven't quite finished the shed to tiny house conversion, but we finished it enough to be able to put our bed in there. And that was 2 nights ago. So the last time I was asked about my poor sleep activity was just before I started sleeping on my normal bed again. And I can tell the difference already when I wake up, that I'm getting a little bit more energized than I was in these past few weeks. So the one thing I can say about sleep is I used to sell beds when I worked in the electronics and appliance industry, where they also sold lawn equipment and bedding. And the one thing I know is that nobody really knows how they're going to sleep on a particular style of mattress until they've done it for a little while. And some people react differently to different mattresses. I've had some people swear by the foam mattresses, which was brought about by companies like Tempur-Pedic, who claim to use science that NASA needs and all that stuff. And whatever you think about that stuff, if you're going to spend $8,000-$10,000 for a bed, all I can say is more power to you. I sure can't afford one. But other companies have come out with much lesser expensive styles of foam mattresses, and I've tried several of them. And some of them don't hold up for very long, and some of them hold up a lot better. Some people do better on an innerspring mattress. Some people do better on a hybrid of foam mattress and innerspring mattress. And it's really hard to find exactly the right bed for any couple sleeping in a bed together, because each person's body is different. I mean, for most of my marriage, I've been roughly twice the size of my wife, and she doesn't have the pains that I have when I wake up, and I don't have the pains that she has when she wakes up. They're just different because of our different body styles on the same style mattress. Up until this move and sleeping in this RV for a while, I didn't have any numbness in my hands like I was having for years prior to this. But now that I'm on a poor quality mattress, I've noticed that I'm waking up with numbness in my hands and sometimes even in my arms, especially if I sleep on my side. But these past 2 nights, though I'm still having that, I think my body is adjusting to getting back to the old mattress, which is now for my body a new mattress. And there is something to be said about that, because when I did sell mattresses, one of the things I would notice with new customers is in the first couple of weeks, many times they would complain about their bed. No matter how good or how expensive or how cheap their mattress was, the new bed was hurting them. And it's because your body's adjusting to the new bed. And it takes a while for you to find out if you're getting any better sleep or not. And it takes a type of tracking of activity in our sleep that hasn't been possible until recently. So it's a good question. How do we get better sleep? Well, I can say one thing: having a good quality mattress is definitely a lot better than having a poor quality mattress. And I've also found that getting to bed before midnight tends to help me get more restful sleep, even when I was just switching the time frame that I was starting to sleep. Hey, Colt. Good morning. There's Colt over there. Haven't seen him in a while because I haven't walked this way in a bit. But I wanted to try to get a view of the sunrise this morning, and I get a really good view from down here. It's not quite up yet. There's a cloud coverage on the horizon. But there is a lot to be said for sleep quality that has to do with how good we feel. As good as I have felt starting Lion Diet, changing my sleep quality has definitely taken a downgrade on the way my overall body feels. I have been suffering with what you might call tennis elbow, even though I don't play tennis. And I've also been suffering with what feels like a bone spur in my right foot. But this morning, I don't have that. And I've been having that for several weeks now. So this is something I'll be continuing to look at a little bit closer in the coming weeks, as I'm now sleeping on a much better mattress than I've been sleeping on. And I'll continue to update you as to how my sleep patterns change. Because, like I say, I want you to be able to live the best life you can live. And diet has definitely taken mine to a whole new level. Lion Diet has changed everything. But there are other factors that are important. Of course, exercise, as we've been talking about. Getting out and taking these morning walks. When I look back over the past 56 updates that I've made where I'm doing these walk-in talks, that means I've walked on an average 3 miles per day. I've walked over 180 miles in the past 55 days, and that's 56 days. And that's something that is truly remarkable for me, because I hardly ever got out to do any exercise, and if I did, it might be a 30-minute walk slowly around the building I was working in or something like that. But now I'm walking at a much higher pace. I've gone from walking at about 23 minutes per mile to down to 17 minutes per mile. So the exercise is definitely showing improvements, but my sleep issue has been taken away from that. So I just want to encourage you to not only get out and walk, to not only eat right, but also to make sure you're getting the kind of sleep you need to be getting, as sleep is truly important for your overall well-being and health. So let's make sure we're getting those Z's, guys. So until next time, you guys have a great day. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Talk to you later.
If we pay extra, could we maybe get some grease or fat?